So, I'm going to try and rank all the Enstars songs. Today's ranking is Nights. Note that this ranking will only include unit songs, so it won't include solos, fusion songs or any other non-unit songs. And it also won't include Crush of Judgment. So, without further ado, here is my personal ranking of all 17 current Nights songs. Someone mentioned this in my Eden ranking, and I think it also applies to Nights, in that their music is really a product of its time. As of the 2020s, it's a bit outdated, but I still like 2010 style music. Voice of Sword is Nights' oldest song, and it sounds like it. The beat, though very stereotypically 2015's boy band-esque, is nice, and I like the overlapping vocals in the verse and the bridge. However, the song is pretty slow, almost like something Fine would sing. Voice of Sword is kinda boring because it's extremely repetitive, and other than the bridge, there's nothing that really catches my attention once I've heard the first verse and chorus. The song is also almost 5 minutes long and is much longer than it needs to be, considering how the song doesn't evolve at all within those 5 minutes. The intro of this song sounds like the intro of a Disney song. Also, why are most of Nights' songs really long? A good chunk of them are over 5 minutes long. Checkmate Nights is the most ballady of the Nights songs. It's slow, but sweet. It sounds pretty heartfelt, and it's honestly kinda cute. The vocals in this song are also really nice. Honestly, I think that Fine and Valkyrie are the only units that I'll really tolerate a ballad from, but Nights did it pretty well with this one. I'm just ranking it here because it's just not my preferred style of music, and it's a bit slow for my liking, but it's certainly a very pretty song. Promised Swords is okay. It's nice to listen to, it's got a steady beat, and the vocals are quite nice. Honestly, it's kinda forgettable to me. Look, it's nice and it's typical Nights, but to a point where it's too typical Nights, and it just kinda gets washed out by the vast majority of their other songs in their discography. I'm grateful for Grateful Allegiance. It's a nice song, with pretty vocals, a lovely synth in the instrumental, and yeah, I feel like a lot of Nights' songs kind of fall under the same umbrella of having nice instrumentals, vocals, and that's about it. I'm honestly struggling with what else to say about both Grateful Allegiance and Promised Swords because of this, since my comments are basically the same. Grateful Allegiance is just ranked higher than Promised Swords because I like it more. That's it. I quite like Heart Collector. Honestly, it kind of sounds like a Vocaloid song, and when I first heard it, I was fully expecting Kagamine Rin to start singing. Anyway, this song is incredibly catchy. It's very groovy and gives off an air of confidence, but in a way that kind of encourages you to just go out and do something because it'll work out in your favour. It's also a Valentine's song, and definitely gives off the impression that this was the Valentine's to be a bit bolder. I like Silent Oath. It's another one of Nights' slower songs, but it's honestly quite lovely. Again, it does feel very boy bandish, but Nights is a boy band. And this song honestly feels very fan servicey in terms of it being dedicated to the fans. It's like a song played during an encore in a boy band concert to give the fans a bit more time with them. It's very pretty, and I like how the tempo of the song picks up with the chorus, which avoids making the song too slow. I remember the hype I felt when I was relentlessly teased by this song when the Checkmate animation was coming out. The beat and the whole instrumental is really good. It's hype, energetic, and it's just really nice for my EDM electropop biased ears. The actual song is alright. The vocals are strong, especially Tsukasa, who carries this song by far. However, I just kind of feel like with such a hype instrumental, I just wanted a bit more. It doesn't really have the same hype as songs like Fight for Judge, which is honestly what I was expecting from Luminous Crown. I don't know, maybe I just set my expectations too high, but it's still a good song. I never expected Knights of all units to have a jazz song, but honestly, they've done it quite well. Knights the Phantom Thief is jazzy, since it's a jazz song, but it's got an air of coolness about it. It's got a kind of mature vibe to it, like something you'd listen to driving home from a social gathering, sipping wine in the back of your rich person's car like a Rolls Royce or a Mercedes S-Class. Or perhaps it's a song you listen to after stealing dosh from a casino, since, well, they're phantom thieves. Other than the song, I just remember being blindsided by the sudden Wataru lore drop at the end of its corresponding story. But yeah, this song, though different from Knights' other songs, is very groovy. I like Little Romance. It's a very sweet song, like a song that would play when you're going on a date or something. I think it's very jolly and it's pretty fun. Sure, it's pretty different to Knights' other songs, but that's not a bad thing. It just makes the song more unique and it stands out among the rest. The song does honestly give Disney musical vibes with the piano and all, but honestly the song doesn't sound as basic as it could have, so it gets a pass from me. I'm sorry I've slept on this song for so long. I have opened my eyes and I'll finally admit that it's actually quite good. It's really sunny, cheery, and almost like a celebration of summer. I mean, I guess that's the whole point of a summer song, but still. Coruscant Breeze, with a title I can't spell or pronounce at all, has a very positive vibe to it, and is a really catchy song. So yeah, I like it. Not as much as some of the other summer songs, but I still like it. Well, Article of Faith starts off really strong, with Leo slaying that intro. The song, again very 2015-ish, is incredibly catchy. It's also one of the first Night songs I heard, and it's got a very nostalgic feel to it. Like, even if I hadn't heard it that early in my Enstars liking days, the song just feels like something nostalgic, maybe because of the style of music. Honestly, I feel like Article of Faith is what Voice of Sword was trying to go for, but Voice of Sword became a bit of a snooze fest, whilst Article of Faith actually does its job of representing a 2010s EDM boy band that had the most hype music for its genre in the game, until the edgier version came in 2017 in the form of Eden. Still, it's a very solid song. Now, as stated before in previous videos, Trip album syndrome is something that really drags down a lot of the songs released for the Trip albums. So, does Wonderful Happiness suffer from it as well? Kinda. I mean, it does revisit the style of Knights' earlier songs, but it puts a more modern twist on it that makes it sound slightly more recent. I actually do quite like Wonderful Happiness, even though it's not as hype as some of Knights' other songs. But I guess Knights isn't really a unit that focuses on hype a lot of the time. So there may be a little bit of Trip album syndrome going on here, but it's not so severe that it's dragging the song down as much as it does with other songs. Tsukasa also carries again, so bonus points for that. I love Castle of My Heart. Again, as with most Knights songs, it's extremely catchy. Everyone's voice works really well together, and again, I think everyone sounds great here. The song also has a wonderful, or should I say, marvellous bridge, which starts off with some soft high notes, which sounds really nice. Tsukasa also opens and closes the song on his own, by speaking at the start and singing on his own at the end, and again, he sounds great. I remember really liking the song when it came out, and I properly jumped for joy when it finally got an MV in the game. Luckily, the MV is very pretty, which highlights how well the MVs have improved over the years. Bonus points for that. Mystic Fragrance slays. I have to say, I really like the instrumental in this one. I can't quite explain why, but the little synthy things they have in the verses just really pleases my ears. To be honest, the instrumental does kinda give perfume advert vibes to it. Probably also because the song is called Mystic Fragrance, like perfume I guess. I also think the Swan Lake references in the song and MV are quite neat. Again, Mystic Fragrance is another song with a sleigh bridge. Both the instrumental and Arashi kinda glitching in before saying soak through is a very nice touch. Also, bonus points for lovely high notes by Izumi and Ritsu at the end of the song. I must say, I was gobsmacked when we got a new song with the Checkmate animation. I was expecting it after we got Rock Roar with Crossroad and Twilight Pentagram and Dawning Angels with the events that came out following Element, but I have to say, I think this is the best one. Fitting with the lore, this song really feels like Leo's last hurrah before, well, you know what. It really feels like everything was thrown into this song, and it's really, really good. The instrumental is absolutely marvellous, and is probably the best out of all Night songs. The vocals are also really good, and are both gentle and intense, following how the song progresses. The song, though very energetic, sounds pretty melancholy, though that is to be expected given the context behind it. Overall, I adore We'll Be Nights. I love Fight for Judge. This is definitely my favourite older Night song, and one of my favourite single exclamation mark era songs. It's just so hype and energetic, with an excellent beat and beautiful melody. The chorus is definitely the best bit, since it's so incredibly catchy, memorable, and overall just really strong. I mean, Kerakaki My Soul is just so iconic. Everyone knows it. Once again, the vocals are nice, and the MV is iconic for Izumi kicking the cameraman. I can't really say anything else about this song other than the fact that it's pure fire. It's such an integral and solid part of Enstars' discography, and it deserves to be. I'm just gonna say, you know a song is going to be fire when they pull out the Alice in Wonderland theme, and Night's absolutely devoured with this. I love everything about this song. The instrumental, the verses, the chorus, and again, another insane bridge. I love the chanting that happens in the build-up to the chorus and within the chorus itself, as well as that burning hot bridge. I also love how the instrumental kind of chills for just a little bit in the second verse before the usual hype comes back. It works so well. The song is so hype, so consider the non-existent wig snatched. The MV is also really cool, with that bit where Arashi spins the clock, altering my brain chemistry. The Izumi jump scare at the end of it is also pretty funny. Well, that's my ranking of all the current Night songs. Leave your own rankings in the comments below. As usual, if this video was mediocre enough for you, then please remember to make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!